A very busy street in Lagos, Nigeria. It's hot, and the air smells like car fumes and busy people. Lots of different sounds mixed together, car horns beeping, people shouting to sell things, and many voices talking. It's like a loud song from the city. The long, hard trip in the Peugeot 504 station wagon finally bumped into the city. The noise and endless rush of Lagos hit Amdi with a force he'd never seen or even imagined. He thought he'd seen the worst until Kem, his older brother, gave a weak smile and said, "We've reached our street." Amdi's heart sank. The street was an attack on his senses, filled with the bad smell of black still water from overflowing drains, with patches of weak grass. The houses, mostly old and plain, were hardly better than those in his village. Only a few had more than one story, but they were very different from the grand buildings he'd pictured. They finally got to Kem's home, a lightly painted story building, no better, maybe even worse than the others. This tale is far from over, and so are the captivating narratives we share every week. If you are enjoying this, help us bring you more by hitting that subscribe button here on Story Platter. Tales served hot. Emotions served deep. As they got closer, many faces appeared, seemingly from every window and door, a loud mix of voices chanting Ekabo. "Welcome, oh. Good to see you, sir. Papa blessing don't come back. Thank God for safe journey, you don't carry new boy. The greetings went on and on, overwhelming him. The door opened to show Kem's wife. "Welcome home, my husband." Almost right away, a shout of "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy" burst out as his nieces and nephews, only a few years younger than him, gathered around his brother. Sleeping that night was almost impossible. Amdi felt completely surrounded amongst a family that is familiar in name but utterly unfamiliar in presence. Soon, Amdi began learning his brother's trade, the main reason he came to the city. He quickly got used to his new life, working as an apprentice, carefully learning the business details and picking up basic Yoruba, the local language, to talk to customers. His strong sense of responsibility meant he often stayed late, which led him to start sleeping in the shop. This new setup came with its own problems. Whenever it rained, the area would flood, and the dirty water often came into the shop. If a heavy rain started in the middle of the night with Amdi locked inside the shop, he would hurry to lift goods from the floor onto the upper shelves, then manage to squeeze his tired body onto a small bench, a meal for swarms of mosquitoes. It was a cold, rainy night in the heart of Lagos State. After much sales, Amdi wasn't able to meet up with time, therefore had no option than to sleep in shop that very night. Young Amdi was deep asleep on a hard wooden bench inside the shop where he served his master. That bench, squeezed between shelves of goods and curtains, was the only bed he knew. Rain beat hard on the plaza rooftop, thunder roared through the night, and the dull glow of a dying bulb cast long shadows on the shop walls. Suddenly, Amdi stirred. A strange sound pierced the rhythm of the rain, faint whispers, the creak of footsteps, then the harsh crash of shattered glass. He opened his eyes slowly, confusion giving way to fear. He held his breath. Then he heard them. Robbers. They were outside, breaking into shops, shouting, dragging crates, cocking guns. Amdi's heart pounded. This tale is far from over, and so are the captivating narratives we share every week. If you are enjoying this, help us bring you more by hitting that subscribe button here on Story Platter. He dared not move. Slipping off the bench, he crawled beneath it, his tiny frame curling tight, trembling. He whispered, "God, I beg, don't let them come here." The footsteps came closer. Voices stopped, right outside his door. For a moment, everything froze. Then one of them spoke, "Leave 'em. That one get iron bar. No time." And just like that, they moved on. Amdi stayed frozen for what felt like hours, the sound of the rain mixing with the sound of his breath. By dawn, The plaza was in chaos, shops ransacked, owners in shock. But Amdi's shop, untouched. Years passed, but the uncertainty of his future bothered him. There was no defined agreement for his apprenticeship, no clear timeline for his freedom. Amdi, once his father's trusted aide and a budding entrepreneur, found himself in a gilded cage, serving an indefinite sentence. Will Amdi ever break free from the shackles of his apprenticeship and forge his own path in this unforgiving city? What trials and triumphs lie ahead for this resilient young man, far from the wisdom of Dumeme and the comforting embrace of his village? What twisted path lies ahead for him, and can he truly escape the fate his master has laid out? The answers are coming, and you'll want to be there for every revelation. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on, so you know the instant the next episode drops. Like this video if you're gripped by his story.